All right, you jazz fans out there, we're going to learn a 2-5-1 progression, one of the most common progressions in jazz, in the key of A. Check this out. As mentioned, 2-5-1, and what that's talking about is when you're in a key, such as this, a key of A, the 2 is a 2 chord, which in this case is B minor 7. The 5, which in the key of A is the E, or E7 a lot of times, and I got a cool chord for you there, and then the 1 chord, which is A. But we're not doing triads in this lesson, we're doing 7th chords. Jazz doesn't focus on triads as much as they do on 7th chords. So B minor 7. This next chord, I'll go over in a second, is basically function as a dominant chord, an E7 chord, but it has a kind of a cool name. And then we're going to a major 7 chord. All right, so let's just jump into the chords. First chord is B minor 7. My first finger's here on the 4th string, 4th fret. Then I'm going to use my pinky on the 3rd string, 6th fret. Then I'm going to use my second finger on the 2nd string, 5th fret, and then right underneath it is my 3rd finger on the 1st string, 5th fret. That might be a tricky chord if you're not used to it. We're going to go ahead and stick with this one. No open position or no 1-finger chord for this one. This is jazz. This is a little bit more difficult, so spend some time and practice this chord if you're not familiar with it. So you got B minor 7. Now the next chord is really cool. Check this out. This is functioning as our 5 chord, or the E dominant chord. In this case, it's going to be called E13, although you could call it a G minor 6 chord, but for today we're going to call it E13. So check this out. What we're doing here is our second finger's on the 4th string, 4th fret. Then my first finger's back on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. My 3rd finger's on the 2nd string, 4th fret, and the pinky right underneath it on the 1st string, 4th fret. And then you're going to play all 4 strings. And here we got an E13 chord. Yeah, for this lesson, don't worry about why it's called that. Just know that this is the 5 chord. The last chord is your 1 chord, in this case, A major 7. The way I'm fingering this one is my first finger's on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Then with my 3rd finger, I got a bar strings 1, 2, and 3 here at the 4th fret. You gotta get all those ringing nice and clear, so your fingers gotta lay nice and flat against the neck, and then you strum all 4 strings, and you got your A major 7. So you got B minor 7, 2 chord, to the E13, the 5 chord, and then to the A major 7. Now let's add a jazz rhythm to it. It's gonna sound like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm on the B minor 7, and I'm just going to use my first finger to strum this one. Although you could, if you really wanted to get jazzy, is to actually do all finger style. More of a comping style, but we'll stick with the rhythm for now. I'm just going to strum a downstroke on 1, and then I'm going to stop the sound on beat 2, and the way to do that is just release the pressure of the chord so you get that sound stopping, and then just hit again the strum on the and of 2. So it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Notice you could also use your right hand to stop the sound as well. So it's just going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's just a quarter note with a rest. That's when you stop the sound, silence, and then on the and of 2, and then let it ring. So here we go. Let's just do that on a B minor chord. Ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that's it. So you do one measure of that. So on the B minors. Then you go to that E13. Do it again. And then when you go to the 1 chord to A major 7, you're going to do it for 2 measures. 2. And then again, and. So let's try the progression. Here we go. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3, 4, 2 and 3 again. Repeat and get that down, get the chords down and that strum pattern. Then, when you feel more comfortable, you can loosen up the rhythm. So more something like this. So go ahead and learn that. Go out and impress your friends. Show them this cool 2-5-1 in the key of A.